Hey guys, time for a quick EXO update. We've been really busy the past few weeks, tons of media attention for our lift of the Mini Cooper and then the truck. To be honest, it's been getting a bit annoying, but any exposure is good exposure, and we've made quite a few good contacts because of that exposure and a few possible sponsorships. Even Festo reached out to us, which is awesome. Festo's the company that made the valve bank for the original exoskeleton. They might be able to hook us up with some more stuff for this build. So anyways, I just wanted to take a moment to kind of talk about the exoskeleton and where we're going with it and try and answer some of the questions that you guys have been commenting. I was doing my best to respond to those comments, but I figured I'd also make a little video explaining some of the stuff. Because a lot of people seem to think this exoskeleton right now isn't very flexible and it's kind of hard to move around in, and I want to show you guys that actually it is pretty flexible, and thanks to the ball joints in the ankle, you do have a full range of ankle movement still. A few other things I noticed from our big test and whatnot. This air compressor gets really, really hot. I think in the final model we're going to have to add some kind of cooling fan to help cool the pump module, which is right here. It already has a heatsink on top, but it was getting pretty toasty and sometimes it touched my back and almost burnt me, so definitely something we're going to want to fix. And a few other things, I don't know if you noticed this in the video, but for when we lifted the Mini Cooper, the ankle joint actually pulled out of the boot, and that was a big problem. So what we ended up doing was we threw a bolt on there to lock it onto the ankle joint right here. But what we're going to do in the future is actually have a pin that goes all the way through. So this is an example of a pin. It's not quite the right size, but we can get one that would be the right size. And basically what will happen is when you attach the shin to the ankle, then you pop this pin in, similarly how it goes in like this. As you can see, it locks in place because of the ball. As soon as you press that button, you can pull it out again. So that, again, goes back to having the exoskeleton being very modular. Now the other problem we had, which we kind of fixed in the last video, was the shin pieces were actually too long, so it kind of pushed my center of gravity back when I tried squatting down. So we shortened those. But then the other thing we noticed is we don't actually get enough ankle movement forwards. It looks like we do here, but we actually probably need another good 10-15 degrees. And to be honest, we don't need that much going backwards. So what we're thinking about doing is using the proper attachment to attach this. So basically, this is another 3/4 inch socket adapter, which the ball fits right there, and you plug it in, and it locks in place. Now, you can still pull that out, so that might not be good enough, but if you look at this pin can go in like so. And actually it is the right size, so if I can get some more of these pins, this will be perfect. So the way we have it right now, as you can see, the leg is straight up and down through the joint, but that doesn't give us quite enough flex forwards. Now we have two options. We can either actually rotate the ankle joint about 5-10 degrees forwards, or we can adjust the mounting point. So what I'm thinking we'll do is if we have this mounting point about 10 degrees back with this straight up and down, then you get an extra 10 degrees forwards, and then in your resting position you are slightly back. Now the concentration of forces for that won't be as good as they would straight up, but again, this is just a prototype. People seem to keep forgetting that. This is literally the first prototype, so we're just seeing what works and what doesn't work. With the new mill we just got, what we can actually do is we can put this in the mill at just the right angle and use an end mill to actually cut a nice curved cut into this on an angle, so that when we attach it to this, all the steel connects to this round part of the adapter and you get a really strong weld on there. And then we might also put some kind of gusset on to make it a bit stronger. It'll also kind of look cool, almost like a bird's, like, you know how some birds have those like reverse ankles? Kind of look like something like that, I think. So in none of the videos I've released yet, I've actually shown myself walking around in this. I'm just going to take an opportunity to do that and show you that I can actually run around with it. So let's suit up. Alright, so before I show off walking around the exoskeleton a bit, I just wanted to give out a big shout out to Robert Downey Jr. and Stan Lee. Both of them actually shared the project on their Facebook page, which was awesome. We got tons of new subscribers. So if you came here from their Facebook page, thanks for subscribing. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff. This is just the beginning. As you can see, I still have tons of ankle flexibility. I can move it around in pretty much all directions, and I can walk quite easily. Like, this isn't really slowing me down at all. It is a bit heavy, but I can still move pretty quick. Now, the only part that I don't really have good control of right now is turning. I can't twist my ankle, and that's because we haven't added the hip joints yet. So the hip joints are going to be the same as those ankle joints, which will give me that pivot. Because right now, it doesn't pivot at all, which makes it kind of hard to spin around in a circle. I can still do it, it's just not very ideal. Alright, so we're going to get back at redesigning this. We're going to work on that ankle joint I talked about. Hopefully replace all these bolts with those nice pins so it becomes a lot easier to take on and off. And then that's where we get to the fun stuff, making a mechanical spine and building up to the shoulders so we can build a new upper body. So stay tuned, thanks for subscribing, and go ahead and click that like button. Thanks guys. Hey guys, I'm just editing in the office right now. It's a bit chilly. It's actually the coldest day of the year in Canada so far. It's like negative 22 Celsius or 26 Celsius or something. Anyways, I'm just finishing up the editing for this video, but I thought I'd let you guys know the German TV show is airing on the 16th of February, so that's this upcoming Tuesday at the regular time slot for Galileo. So be sure to check that out and let me know what you think.